What's going on, everybody? Just testing this out. Do some trading live here. Tyler, aka Infamy, aka Infamous Inc. So I've been learning some stuff on YouTube and through trial and error. And one of the most useful things that I've learned is these order blocks, right? So if I go back and look, the order blocks are the first down candle or the first red candle before it jumps in price. So this is another order block, and then it jumps in price. The same thing happens when it drops. So this green candle is an order block, and then it drops. This last red candle is an order block, then it jumps. So if I go back and I look at all the highs and lows, just about every time I caught this trade right here, I knew that once it started rising, it hit this point, came down, was stagnant a little bit, and then it got over here in this area of consolidation. And I looked and I figured this rise is pretty balanced. This low took out these previous lows. There wasn't much liquidity in that area, but there is a lot of liquidity here. Here above these relative highs, above this high, and obviously above these highs. So I looked at this area, and this drop comes to here. And then when it comes back down, when it goes up and then comes back down, this kind of balanced this area out. We have these sell-offs here and then this sell-off here. So this area was pretty balanced. But then I was looking at it about this area, and this was unbalanced. So I bought in right here, and I came up about $800 on 5 micros. So now I'm looking at it again, and it's coming down, and I have a feeling it's going to want to hit this order block right here. I have a feeling it's going to drop down, maybe not because of this area of this sell-off area. It might come down to right about where it's at and turn around. But I'll tell you what, if it breaks this point, I think that selling would be a great idea. And if it can't get through this and it starts to reverse and go back up, I'm on a 5-minute time frame, and I use these because they're a little bit more indicating than the 1 minute. If I go to a 1 hour time frame, you see we have this order block here, and this is where I bought, and it went up until it hit. There's another order block right here in the 5-minute time frame that's where I sold and I made good profit. We also have the new day opening gap here, which is a very significant range. So I'm looking for this down candle probably to hit this order block and then turn around. It's right where it's at. If I get a rejection and I don't see it coming back, I'm gonna buy a couple micros right here. You see, it's respecting that halfway point. That's another thing that I was taught. You know, it's respecting the halfway point of this wick. I've got a feeling this thing's going to run up right now. And if it ends up breaking through that, I'm looking for it to hit. I'm looking forward to hit this. Go back to the 5 minute. I'm looking forward to hit this order block and then reverse again. So let's see what she does here. It might push through, but I'm seeing some hesitancy. You know, my experience, if that thing was going to push through, it will push through. If it comes to that point where we're at right here. Remember, this is an order block on the 1 hour time frame, which are usually strong. I mean, definitely stronger than order blocks on any other lower time frame. And I also use the wicks because it seems like when it hits the body of the candle, it might come down to about halfway and then it'll reject. See what's going on now? Got a good feeling about this one. You know, we got another order block here. The whole candle is the order block, but I use the wicks because that's where I'll put my sell stop. And I got a pretty good feeling that it's going to run back up now. It met this area of resistance, right? This is a pretty strong area of resistance right here. You know, it hit that, bounced off, and now we got some buy side. See what it does here. See, I got a feeling to go long, but you know, I've already made a couple trades today. I'm learning the discipline to just watch the chart and how it moves. You know, gain some experience just through watching it and see what it does, make some predictions. One thing I'm not real sure about is this small one. This small indecision candle right here. You know, that's considered an order block, isn't it? So I would assume that it would come up into this range if it doesn't reject off of this order block. You know, and I'll be totally transparent here. The majority of the lessons I've learned have been through inner circle trading. He's a beast, man. The things that he says makes more sense than any indicator I've looked at, you know, any retail trading insight I've heard. You know, it's always hit or miss. This stuff, you know, in hindsight, of course, I can see everything clearly, you know, but it's only been using ICT's, you know, fundamental concepts that I've been able to make anything like consistent profitability. You know, shout out to Chad. He's the one that got me involved in this. We both trade on Top Step. Haven't been able to pass a combine. I've only been trading for about a month now. I've blown about $900 on combines. Just being impulsive, you know, just running them back to back, You know, a couple of them I've been able to trade on NQ, the mini, and make $1,500 a day. And then the next day I go jump right in it and blow my account. It's happened every single time consecutively. So this time I'm using risk management as much as I don't want to, and I want to trade over here on the NQ. I'm trying to use more discipline and just trade micros. You know, I've only traded up to 5 micros on this combine, and I'm up just over $1,000 in 2 days. I've only had a couple losses, man, using this strategy right here. You know, again, I want to point it out. These up candles, it balanced this out. There's a big fair value gap here. You know, there's a big fair value gap here. And if you go back, it balances it out. This high and this low balance this out. It reached back down to it until it balanced it out with this high. You know, and now we go back out and it's following the trend. We got higher lows, higher highs. I'm thinking that this is going to run up. And you know what I'm going to bet? I'm betting it shoots through this order block. It might hesitate on that order block. And I'm betting it's going to run up to this one. That order block right there. It's probably going to hit the very top of this rectangle I drew out. But I could be wrong. We'll see. One thing I don't like about this, Dakota from Top Step Live has taught me about these 3-bar reversals in the 5-minute time frame. When you have 3 bars, it usually means there's a reversal imminent. And I've seen him watch for the 3-bar reversal, wait for the pullback, and jump back in when it hits this order block. And I'll tell you what, that's if he would have bought in somewhere in this area right here, you know, we'll say he bought in at the high. That's what, 815 to 795. That's a 20, 30, a 30-point trade right there. That's by watching for the 3-bar reversal, waiting for the pullback, and then buying and selling whatever way that the 3-bar reversal went. So again, like you can see on this green candle, it came back and balanced out these up candles, this fair value gap right here, and rejected, came back up, and then went into this order block right here, this last little tiny green candle. It respected the halfway point. Now, ICT talks about that. If it respects that halfway point, that means that that's a strong order block, and that price is not likely to go higher than that. This thing could keep stair stepping down until we hit the top of this order block right here. Let's see what happens. If that 3-bar reversal means anything, then it'll probably drop down to this fair value gap, or not fair value gap, to this order block area right here. I want this baby to jump up. We have this leg up, consolidation, another leg up. It fell into this area, consolidation here. That's where we're at now. We got a classic bull flag. How about that Kendrick Lamar performance? Remember when I saw it at first, I was like, man, that sucked. That was terrible. I was watching it with a bunch of old timers too. Somebody said they'd rather have a colonoscopy than watch that halftime performance again. But I've seen a bunch of videos on YouTube and Facebook and whatnot. People breaking down the symbology of what he did in that, and it was pretty impressive. And then I saw a clip where Serena Williams was on the sidelines talking to, I'm guessing it was security or something, and like talk the lady into letting her go out there and jump up on stage and starts fucking crip walking. She's from Compton, and Drake's ex, so much love for Serena. And rest in peace to her sister Venus, who ended up dying in some type of shooting related to gang members, I believe Crips. But it was pretty cool watching that, man. And then how Uncle Sam, old Samuel Jackson, runs out there and commentated the whole thing. Drake made a slick comment to Kendrick on one of his songs about talking to the uncle. Where's his uncle at? Because he wanted to speak to the man in charge. And here comes Samuel Jackson out as Uncle Sam. Dude, that was pretty good, man. I got to give it up for Kendrick. So we're dropping back down. And another thing that I look at a point like this is there's a couple highs, one here, that can act as an area of resistance. But this was a strong green candle. It moved 27 pips in 5 minutes. And the thing that I think of when I see this is that there's a large institutional move in something like that. Retail traders can't move that much volume in a 5-minute range. So when I think about it like that, it's like that's unbalanced. The institutions tend to balance themselves out. So this area is balanced because of all this volume. Is this thing going to keep dropping and balance out the rest of this? Or does this high right here, does this area, is that considered balanced because of this area? You know, I'm still learning. I've only been doing this for a month. But that's why I like to sit here and watch these charts almost all day, because I learn. Okay, so now we got a higher high here. This might be a break. This might be a break in structure to where we got lower highs and lower lows. But this looks like we're getting a break in structure right here. I got to wait till that candle closes out to be able to tell you for sure. And it just started, you know, 5-minute candle. But if I see that thing jump, I'm going to go ahead and buy. See, I'm thinking I'm going to put one
Order
contract
filled.
on right there. I'm going to limit my loss to right below this order block. We got a long way to go. It's in 5 minutes, so that might not have been a great move. But I'm only risking $16. If it breaks through this range, I'm going to put another 4 contracts on it.
Order filled.
Yeah, I just got stopped out. It's okay. Should have waited for that candle to close. No, I like trading on the 5-minute candles, though, because it seems like it takes away anxiety. It shows you a little more. I'm trying to think of the word I want to use here. It's like more concrete. It's more stable evidence. It shows price action that means a little bit more than 1-minute time frame. That 1-minute time frame was getting me in trouble, man. I think the key is to start at a 1 hour. This works best for me. I'm not saying it'll work best for you if anybody ever watches this video, because I have like 2 subscribers. I literally just started creating content for YouTube, you know. See that huge wick right there? If this thing closes out in a down candle, I'm trying to figure out what the hell that wick would mean. It's not at a very prominent resistance line, except this area of consolidation here. Like that's where that wick just stopped at, right there. I mean, it hits that area of consolidation, but I don't see anything. I'd have to look at a lower time frame, I bet, to see what the significance of that wick right there is. I mean, I'll be honest though, I don't see this thing dropping because it's so slow. It's like lethargic. And of course, right when I say that, it starts picking up volume. You know, and another thing that I learned watching Top Step is to look at this volume. You know, we got a large area of buy side volume here, but I always look at these red wicks that kind of spike. You know, all the greens down low. Over here, the green wicks were spiking and it was rising. Down here, it's the red wicks are spiking and it's dropping. I don't see many very big volume wicks down there for this area. Definitely in an area of consolidation. But the fact that it hasn't caught any momentum going down, and we have this strong green wick going up, I'm almost willing to bet this thing's got to just change structure, and now it's going to go into a buy pattern. Could be wrong. Trying to think of balance. Balance. I mean, I just keep seeing this area, but then I look back and this high and this low are almost even. I feel like that's balanced out. It's fighting to go red though, isn't it? My stepdad's getting a minor heart surgery right now. I haven't heard from him, but we'll see what happens. I've also got a custom art and apparel company going on. I just made some work shirts for my brother JB. You know, I got my hands in all kinds of pots, man. Just trying to get this ball rolling, you know. I had a tarot reading the other day, and the main message I got was that the answer is already in front of me. You know, my heart goes towards tattooing. You know, that's my passion. I just did a bunch of time in prison. I got really good at tattooing, man. I've got this artistic, creative flair on my mother's side of the family where we're very talented. It's pushing up, man. I'm thinking that was a change. I'm thinking that was a change in structure. I'm dealing with people in recovery. I shouldn't say dealing like it's a bad thing, but got sober about 2 years ago, and my life is totally transformed. You know, and now I help other addicts and alcoholics get through it. Someone pretty close to me, I shouldn't even say pretty, really close to me, just hit me up and said they've been wanting drugs again. I got to give him a call. Yeah, this thing's going to hit. This thing's going to go up. This thing's going to jump. I'm going to buy 2 contracts right there. Put my stop down here. Just past halfway of that order block. See what happens. I ever told you about the difference between thoughts and thinking? It's a huge difference. You know, a thought is a noun. It's a thing. It pops in your head. A lot of times we don't have control over our thoughts. But thinking, that's different. That's a fucking verb, bro. When you think, you're making a conscious decision what you think about. I just want to tell you that had to shoot my little cousin that little caveat. All right, so it came up, it rejected off of this order block right at the halfway point. You see that? You see that shit? Now, if it punches through that and it gets to this area here, I'm going to put a couple buy stops there. Put 3 buy stops up there. Then I'm going to look for it to at least hit this order block. So this is our target. I'm going to tighten up my, yeah, it's pushing through. I'm going to tighten up my stop a little bit. At least that way
Order
I can
filled.
profit. Okay, it hit that area. So now I got 5 contracts going. See, this shit makes me nervous. So I'm going to bring my stop up right above this order block. I almost feel like taking profit. I should have put my stop a little bit higher. That limit, but that stop, buy stop. It's my stepdad, the hospital calling. Hey.
Order filled.
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, Tyler. It's Katie from the recovery room at Foster Hospital.
Yeah, is Eric doing?
I'm taking care of loved ones. Who am I taking care of?
My stepdad. Is he all right?
What's his name?
Eric.
Eric what?
Rish.
Yes, he's doing great, honey. He's doing fine. I'm just going to
Good,
let you know
good.
that I brought him down to the unit where he started today. I want to get call, okay?
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. So I heard he's doing fine. Okay, good.
He's got a few more hours to be here, and when it gets closer to the time to come and pick him up, someone will call you and let you know.
Oh, thank you so much.
Where do you live?
I live right down the street.
Right down the street. Okay.
Yeah, we're literally like 5 minutes away. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. You're welcome.
Okay, bye. I gotta go, y'all. It's been a pleasure. I hope everyone and their mom watches this stream. Infamous Inc., baby.